welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Today is Sunday. Work in progress mystery diamond painting Sunday. So you see my mystery diamond painting here. Got my iPad over here in case we may dive into some tag questions. Still have really not too much of an idea what this is. I was trying to maybe figure maybe like a little forest creature or something here. And I think this is perhaps a landscape that we're going into. So I'm kind of working on this area here. So we're going to get into it today. Not much to report. Pretty, normal weekend. So what I've noticed, and I corrected it going forward, is when I kitted up these containers from Harbor Freight, I hid the symbol under the little latch. So I put the symbol a little bit in a different place now because I do use the symbol. I try to go, so now I'm having to figure out what symbol goes with what number because I can see the number, which is so silly. But we're gonna make it work. Okay, I'm looking for the check. Where's the check? Check is 34. And of course I don't have them in number order. Duh. All right, here we go. We got it. So what happened this week? Not much. My office is moving. I think I've told you that. We're redecorating. So Friday we got to wear jeans. Woo, that's always like a cool day. The boss didn't show up, so I worked till I got the little project that I was working on done, and then I went shopping. I slipped over to Michael's because I had not been to the Michael's here in town. So of course, when I got to the Michael's, it has gone out of business. So I'm like, oh. And I used the, my little direction thing on my iPhone to get there. So I'm like, oh, well, the nearest Michael's from there is 12 miles away. So I don't know. I've never been to Joann's. So let me go to Joann's. So I head over to Joann's, and out of my, I'm driving on the highway and I see a Michael's sign, like a couple miles away. I see a Michael's sign. So I'm like, oh, I guess they must have built a new one. So I find my way over to the Michael's. So I got to see what the Michael's had in lots of cool Halloween stuff. But I ended up buying yarn. I'm so into yarn now. So I'm making an afghan. I bought a bunch of skeins because I had a 50% off one item and then 40% off of everything else. So I got some yarn to make an afghan with, and I got a bunch of skeins of white. So I go up and I pay for those, and I go outside and I look in the bag and they're different colors. I thought I had bought all white, but apparently I had bought 3 things of white and 3 things of, I don't know what they call the other thing, off white, I don't know, something to that effect. So I go back in and I tell the lady, I just noticed that these are all, that there's different colors in here. And so she looked and she said, well, go get the colors you want. And I did. But I thought that was so strange. Yeah, my life is exciting, isn't it? Oh my God. Yeah, that's my life. Picking out the wrong color yarn at Michael's. So yeah, that's why I use tags, because my life is just not that exciting. So today, though, yesterday and today. It's so much cooler outside and I am loving it. I don't know if I've got my crochet hat in the camera because I'm actually recording this on my iPhone, which is a little different, but I am rocking my crochet hat because I can. And I got to turn off the air conditioning and open up the house. Oh my God. My house was dirty. You can see the dirt. When you let the sunlight in and you can see the dirt. Yes, I'm trying to lay these diamonds in the checkerboard fashion that I saw Rachel Ray doing. She's so good with her. She's like, bing, 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 bing. Yeah, no. That's not me, no. It takes me like 5 minutes to lay one diamond down with the squares. But I'm getting better at it. It used to take me 10. Oh man, every time I get on camera, I have to blow my nose. What the heck is with that? Well, for one thing, I do not have the windows open here in the craft room because they seem to be frozen shut. I don't know when the last time was that anybody opened the windows in here, but I'm gonna have to get my son to come over and pry it open for me. So I guess it's a good thing that I don't have them open in here. Oh, I have a tissue right here. Ooh, 1 second. I'll try not to be noisy. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'll put something, when I edit it, I'll put something really fun right in that section where I'm blowing my nose. Okay, so I'm laying down these perfect littles. I'm doing the checkerboard because actually I did it on another little painting that I'm working on, a Graham Gherkin one, and it seems to actually work out better than. I started this one out with the square ruler, and to be honest, I don't really like it. So I do love the ruler that I'm using on the rounds for the Halloween thing, but that's because it's all color blocking and it makes it go super fast when you're doing all that 310. Yeah, I like rulers on the rounds. I do. I guess I can answer some questions about my exciting life. What is the one thing that you've never revealed to your parents? Oh my goodness. Oh, that is a great question. Well, my father is deceased. And it's no secret to my mother that I don't like her. So that isn't a secret. A secret that I've never revealed to him? Well, I'm not gay, so I didn't have any coming out to do. I don't think I have any secrets from my parents. I was close to my dad, and I would share pretty much everything with him. Like, did I kill somebody and not tell anybody? No, not me. You're not going to see me arrested as the local serial killer. No. You will not. I don't even own a weapon. Except I could maybe do some damage with a kitchen knife. Maybe. I don't know. I can hear you on. Okay, Rebecca, next question. Okay, we will move along. What would my parents have named me if I was the opposite gender? Great question. Oh, I picked a gem of a tag site here today. What would they have named me? Well, my mother said I was named after Rebecca in the book Ivanhoe, which of course I've never read. So are there any male characters in the book Ivanhoe? Maybe they would name me Ivanhoe. Just call me Rebecca. No Rebecca, just call me Ivanhoe. Maybe I would have been named Ivan. Ivan Schilling. Yeah. Well, Schilling obviously was not the name I was born with. I'm not going to tell you my maiden name because it is silly. It is just silly. Yeah. Unfortunately, my brother has that name for life. Don't like my brother either, so it's a good name for him. I know. Which relative do you like? Well, I like my sister. I love my sister. Yesterday was her birthday. I don't know what it is with my family, my relatives. We just don't get along. I don't know. I am one of those people that I'm just better off. Just leave me alone. Yeah. Well, once you've been burned, you tend to, it's not that I don't forgive, it's that I don't forget. That's the problem. Burn me once, shame on me, burn me twice, shame on you. So, or something like that. So, I just stay away from most of my relatives. They're all back in Florida. May they rest in peace in that godforsaken state. Okay. Next question. What do I call my grandparents? I call them deceased. That's what I call my grandparents. No, when my grandma was alive, I called her grandma. I don't remember my grandfather. He died when I was really, really young. And my mother claims he was a pedophile, but that's a whole nother ridiculous story. So I never called him anything. And then my parents on my father's side, I also never met. My father's mother gave birth to him when she was in her 40s. And so she died, I think she passed away when I was in high school, I want to say, but I never met her. She lived, I was in Florida and she was in California, and I don't know why I never met her. I think maybe my dad was like me. He just stayed away from his relatives. Who knows? That's what I'm thinking. I take after my dad. So, and my grandfather, he never talked about him. Isn't that weird? I need to go on the Ancestry and figure out who my ancestors are, because I have no idea on my father's side. He had a brother, and I've seen pictures of his brother. Never met him. My dad grew up in Los Angeles, California. Went to Los Angeles High School. That's about as much as I know about my dad's growing up. Because he joined the military, and then he met my mother, and then they had me, and yeah, the rest is history, I guess. Literally, history. What is my best physical feature? Everyone has always said I have great legs. I am 5'10". So people say I have great legs. Last time I visited my daughter, she's like, "Mom, how come you got great legs and I didn't?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." So yeah, my legs. Okay, tissue time again. So sorry. Oh my goodness. What's blowing in the windows around here, huh? I do not know. Okay, I'm back. What is your biggest accomplishment? Well, I would have to say that, I went to law school and graduated. I'm pretty proud of the fact that I became a lawyer. However, once I became a lawyer, I didn't like it. Yeah. I don't know if it was the school part that I liked, because I just didn't like the lawyering part. There are lots of female attorneys out there, but let me tell you something. It's still a man's world. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's just the men that are, because you're going in there as a new lawyer, you're fresh out of law school, and you think you can conquer the world, and they only want to pay you like, $23,000, I think is what I made my first year out of law school, which is ridiculous. I mean, I quickly moved up in salary, thank God. But the upper management of most of the law firms at the time that I had graduated, it was all men. And men who had been around forever and ever and were a bunch of chauvinist pigs. Just to put it mildly. So, and then clients, they wanted a man to represent them. In the, sometimes I would do catastrophic injury, and the trucking company owner, he wanted a man representing him, so whatever. I'm trying to see if there's any checks in this last part that I left kind of dotted here, and I don't see any, so we're going to move on to another color for now. So I eventually left being a lawyer, and I combined my legal experience with my nursing experience, and I do risk management. So, and I love it. And after you make a certain amount of money, the rest goes to the government anyway, so who cares, right? I took a decrease in salary I sacrificed that for lifestyle. And I love my life now. I can diamond paint. I don't have to get ready for trials on the weekends. Oh my God, I hated that. I have to stay in a hotel. Yeah, no, I hated it. Okay, I'm looking for number 2. Where are you? That's number 3 and 4. What happened to number 2? Where's number 2? What happened to? Oh, I found it. Wait a minute. This is not. Did I put all those in the wrong place? No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Danggummit. Here's what happened. This bee, oh God, you probably can't see it, but this B looks very much like this R. So I put this R where the B's are. So now, did I really do that? Oh God. Let me see what the difference in color is, because, man, why did I do that? There's no way I'm going back and taking off all those B's, because there were a lot of them. Holy okay, here. No, I didn't. Okay, I did not make a mistake. Okay, I'm good. All right, it's fine. Calm down. I thought I did, but I didn't. Okay. Whew, crisis averted. Yay! I was not going to take all them off. No. So these are the R's, which is what is going on over here. R's. What is my eye color? I have blue eyes. That's an easy one. I don't have to talk about that one for very long, do I? I'm going to do that Ancestry.com. Have you guys done it? Put in the comments if you've done it. And if you were happy with the results. I watched this show the other day. It's called, oh God, what is it called? It's this half-hour comedy on Netflix, and it's so funny. And she found out, because her daughter had to do this book, or interview her grandparents. So she interviews the one grandfather and finds out that instead of being Greek, he did a ancestry test and found out he's Polish. So it was just hilarious. So, I mean, did you guys get any really unexpected results if you did do it? Now, if I did it, I think I should come back with some Irish. Of course, I have never met a person that didn't say they were part Irish, so me being no exception. I've been told I have Irish in me, I have some German in me, I'm a little mixture of everything, English. So I would be curious. It would probably come back some weird thing because one of my great ancestors probably did something stupid somewhere along the line, because that sort of runs in the family. Anywho, what is my biggest fear? Oh, I think my biggest fear is like having a heart attack or a stroke and just like a sudden death. But I don't let it. I'm going to say it's a fear, and it's a big fear, but not one that consumes me. I don't think about it all the time. I'm not one of those people that's afraid of everything. I'm really not. So, are there monsters in the closet? Perhaps. Perhaps. Why is it not going down there? Come on, go down. My favorite musician. Oh my God, Lady Gaga. Oh, she's amazing. She can just sit down at the piano and write anything. So that's really a singer, not a musician, but musician. Oh gosh, Eric Clapton was amazing. He was still amazing. I understand he has finally, and he always says he's going to not do any more shows, and then he does more shows, but I think he has stopped doing shows. But just amazing at the guitar. So yeah, I enjoy David Benoit, Russ Freeman. Those are jazz people. If you've ever heard like Linus and Lucy from Charlie Brown, David Benoit does the piano on that. And they used to come to Fort Lauderdale all the time, to the law firm that I worked at. Every year we would put on a jazz festival, and these guys would come. And they were my favorite. Tim Weissman, he's a flute player. Oh, amazing, amazing. Yeah, so I enjoyed live jazz, and she loved it. Oh my God, loved it. Now, the jazz stuff that goes like way far into the ad-lib stuff, I can get tired of that real fast. So, you gotta be in the right mood. You gotta have like a cocktail, be with somebody that you want to be with, and then jazz is kind of cool. Who is my favorite person in the world? Well, my favorite person in the whole world was my dad, but he passed away. Now do I have a favorite person? Probably my son. Oh my God. Don't tell my daughter. Don't tell her. Oh my God, I just adore my son. He is the most terrific kid. He's not a kid. He's 36 years old. Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry. He's 38. I hate saying that because then it makes, I know how old I am. 38 years old, but he is so terrific. I don't know how I raised such a great guy, but he really, really is. I got so lucky with my kids, so lucky. They both have good careers. They don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't take drugs, they don't lie, they don't cheat. I don't have to ever go bail them out. It's lovely, just lovely having those kids. What is my favorite childhood memory? Oh gosh. You guys are going to think, oh my God, Rebecca had a horrible childhood. It wasn't the greatest, because I think my favorite childhood memory, here's my favorite childhood memory. We lived in Jacksonville, Florida, and we lived in this house that had this land, a bunch of land right next to it, and then behind it. And my dad started this little garden, and he grew watermelon, and the property had this huge grapevine on it, so I could go eat grapes. And then next door, in the property next door, were wild blackberries, so I would go pick blackberries. I thought that house was the coolest house, because I just loved that I could go outside and there was cucumbers in the garden and tomatoes, and I loved picking blackberries. I just thought that was so cool. Lots of thorns, I will tell you. Yeah. But yeah, that was a great childhood memory. We did not stay there very long, because if we had stayed, I would have had to go to a school that my parents did not want me to go to. So we moved. But I thought that house was really neat. Just because of that. I had to share a bedroom with my sister. But you know, you get over that. Then when we moved to Flagler County. We lived in Flagler Beach. That's another place in Florida. And my dad worked for this company. And the company let us stay in this house. And it was on the inland waterway. It was gorgeous. We could use the house, but we were not allowed to use the kitchen. They had converted the kitchen or something. I think they had used this house for offices or something like that. But it had a sunken living room and a fireplace, and was just gorgeous, this house. So my parents actually had to buy a single wide trailer so that we would have a kitchen. So they put that on the property next to the house. And then my sister and I lived in the house. It was great. My parents and my brother lived in the trailer. But the sunken living room, we'd watch TV in there, and we each had our own bedroom. And there were all these rooms in the house that weren't being used. And so we would, play these different hide and seek games. And that was the neatest. I think that house had like 11 rooms in it. So we just ran all over that house. It was great. It was great. We lived there for several years, and that house too had a pretty large piece of property that we could run around on. That was a cool place. Really cool place. Oh man, my sinuses are just giving me a fit. Oh, I'm so sorry. What is my favorite color? Oh, you guys know that. Two. What? If I've got to wear the color, it's going to be blue. I don't wear. My favorite color is pink, obviously. Love pink, but I don't wear a lot of it. I don't know why that is. But and do you see any pink in this diamond painting? Whoever bought this for me, Karen, where's the pink? I know, I picked it out. It's okay. Yes, I picked out my own mystery diamond painting, and I still can't tell you what this is because I don't remember. I have no remembrance of what I picked out. I just don't remember. And it's not coming back to me. Doing this, it's not coming back to me. I know, that's just weird. Yes, it is. It's very weird. What is my favorite cultural activity? Well, isn't diamond painting cultural? Maybe not. Cultural activity. I like to go to the movies. I don't know if that's cultural. I do like to go to concerts. Depending on the artist. Yeah, I do. What else do I like to do? Cultural. I like art fairs where you can go and you can walk around and look at everybody's artwork. I think it'd be cool to take some of these diamond paintings to an art fair and let people see what this is and just how much time and effort we put into it, and we put our own spin on it sometimes to change up some of the colors. I don't know if you guys do that, but I do. You know, if I think I can throw in an AB and I've got one, I do. So I'm always thinking, try to think outside the box, you know, with my diamond paintings too. If I don't want someone to be brown-eyed, I will make them blue-eyed. I'm sure we all do that. We make it our own. I think, is it time for the dogs to eat? Oh, that's why they're barking. It's almost time for dinner. What is your favorite sport? Okay, we're gonna wrap it up with my favorite sport, tennis. I like to play tennis, but I have not done so in a very long time. I want you to know I broke my nose playing tennis. I was playing tennis in college, mixed doubles, and I was at the net and I turned around to see why my partner was taking so long to serve, and I'll be damned if he didn't serve that ball right into my face. Yeah, right into my nose. And then another time I was playing and I slipped in some water on the court and hurt my back, so I've had a bad back ever since, and yeah, so that is why I don't play a whole lot of tennis. I like to play golf. I used to go out and play. I had my own set of clubs. I would just show up at the clubhouse, and whoever needed a fourth, I'd go with them. It's a great way to meet guys, because most guys that play golf have the money to do so. So, girls, if you want to meet a guy, learn how to play golf. I met some really handsome dudes playing golf. I don't know why I stopped. Honestly, I don't remember why. I actually lived on a golf course in Florida once, and it was great. When the sun would go down, my dog and I would just go out and we would walk along the golf course. It was nice. Along the cart path. But there's no other sport where you can, like, for 3 hours, you're just hitting this little ball around, and that's all you're thinking about. Like, everything else that you ever worried about just goes away. It's the only sport like that. It's so awesome. I should take it up again, huh? I was actually pretty good. Oh, now I remember. I got bifocals. Yeah, so I could still hit off the tee really well. I could drive the ball pretty far off the tee, but up close, oh my God, I sucked. Oh Jesus, I could putt that ball 6 or 8 times before I got it in the hole because I'm wearing these daggone bifocals. And it's so hard to see with bifocals. It seriously is a ball, a little white ball. So maybe that's why I stopped. I don't remember. So I said that was going to be the last question today because it's 6 o'clock. I need to feed the doggies. I'm going to continue to work on this painting through this evening after dinner, and I will post my progress as I do every week on Instagram. If you guys are not on Instagram, you're missing out on there's a lot of great diamond painting companies that are exclusive to Instagram. So you need to like grab a hashtag and go to Instagram and see what you're missing because it's cool. So there's a drills and chills going on right now. You just put up your work in progress, a spooky painting or a fall painting, and put hashtag drills and chills. If you're not familiar with Instagram, go into my playlist. I have a video where I tell you all about it and how to do it, and it will add a little bit of fun to your diamond painting to watch and see all of everybody's works in progress, because that's the biggest thing about Instagram. You get to see a lot of works in progress because a lot of people just put it there rather than on Facebook. So this will be up on Facebook. I don't think I want to finish this whole thing, but my progress will be on Facebook. If you think you know what it is, does this look like maybe a rabbit or a doggy? I don't know. Okay, guys, thanks for coming with me on this journey today. Mystery diamond painting. At this rate, we're going to be working on this mystery diamond painting until, I don't know, January, February, March. We'll see. I need to pick up the pace, don't I? All right, guys, have a great week, and I will see you Wednesday in my live.